Good evening, and welcome back to the Cassini Project. Last time our intrepid crew was traveling towards Verasa Prime and had a minor medical emergency with their VIP, as well as having been boarded by everyone's favorite Romulan, Tovan Kev. But
who we successfully ignored.
one threat from that Graz. He's like Beetlejuice. He has now reappeared on the bridge.
No.
So before we get started, we've got an announcement from one of our cast members.
Hi there, you probably all know me from that annoying captain from that thing you listen. For now you can know me as that annoying teenage superhero from that thing you listen to with the new podcast, Rolls Off the Tongue, at rollscast.podbean.com. That's rollscast.podbean.com. Go ahead and listen, and you listen to your favorite non-actually famous teen superheroes be assholes to one another and actually be somewhat competent at their jobs.
Which is very different from here, where no one is competent at their job.
Hey,
It's a
I'm
nice change of
competent.
pace.
Hey, I'm somewhat competent.
Hey, if you really feel that way, I'd like Captain Fang's arm back.
Wow.
That was the doctor's job.
All right, guys. Well, let's get this show on the roll as it is. So
I
we're
see what you did there.
we're gonna start in the holodeck, where two of our crew members are engaging in a little recreation.
Just to kind of set the scene for this a little bit, the holodeck is once again running the calisthenics program, but it has been paused, and Kagon is in the midst of picking himself up off the ground and looking toward Lieutenant Thaleksh. He says, "Okay, what am I doing wrong? Help me out here."
Well, for one thing, you're leaving yourself wide open. We want to keep your hands kind of close to the middle line of your body at all times, whether you're blocking or you're striking. You're trying to come out wide with swings, and it's leaving you open in the middle. That's kind of where I would start.
Okay. So, I guess let me give this another try. Computer resume program.
And at that moment, another one of the Skeletor holodeck targets appears.
And
You
see Kagon kind of steel himself, and he says, "All right, let's try this again." And he will engage in hand-to-hand.
All right. Well, you know the rules for hand-to-hand.
I do. I still have a focus on melee combat. I'm assuming that's going to apply here.
Yes.
Okay.
And once again,
Oh.
yes, and Kagon gets his butt kicked. Dang.
Oof.
Now, this is obviously a holodeck simulation, so you don't actually subtract that threat. It's just going to go... Duh-duh. Warning.
Or, once again, he's going to end up on the floor.
Oh, yeah, definitely on the floor. That's as far as it goes.
That's not quite what I meant. Better? I suppose?
It doesn't feel better.
No, it really wasn't.
Ariel chimes in. It was arguably worse.
Thanks, Ariel.
Yeah, appreciate that vote of confidence. Needed that, thanks. Kagon struggles to get back to his feet.
And I go, okay, allow me to demonstrate. And I step up to the target.
Okay.
With my my fists at the ready.
Alrighty.
See how my hands are aligned with the imagine there's a center line going down your body from your forehead all the way to your toes. You want to have a nice wide stance that's solid and keep your hands in that middle line as much as possible. And I take up my fighting stance.
I'm taking mental notes here.
And I'm going to reach out with a quick jab from my lead fist.
All right. Roll it.
All right. What's the roll? Is it daring security?
It's daring security.
Okay.
And you do have a
looks
focus.
like you just rolled.
I
Yeah.
just rolled it, and you do have a focus in it, Talus.
You do have a focus.
Oh.
Okay. So it's a draw, which means it technically goes to you, Talus, but it's kind of like the two of you struggle back and forth, and now it gets to go, and you get to oppose it. So same roll again.
Okay.
And you're stuck in a stalemate. Going, "Ah."
I think this is the part where I'm just going to double fist pound it on the back.
That's still an opposed check, so
It is.
go for it. It just off. Kagon goes, "Ah!" And it just goes pop right in your face and knocks you on the floor.
Okay.
Elbows you in the face. I've got this.
You
Am
want
I
to do
rolling
this
again?
You're rolling one more time, yes.
There we go.
And this time, Talus manages to, taking advantage of the distraction of it, taking his one hand to use the leverage that you have from having both hands on your blade, move it, and so go ahead and roll for the,
Damage.
yes, roll damage. And you just destroy it.
See, as long as I'm keeping my body protected and my head protected, I can survive quite the onslaught, actually. And eventually prevail.
And it's at this moment that the computer chimes goes, ding, ding. Attention, it is now 1800 hours.
Well, I think that's the dinner bell.
Great. I'm all sweaty.
Yeah. Me too. Apparently getting knocked on my ass is hard work.
I go to help you up.
Okay. Stumble a little bit. End up a little closer than I intended.
Might want to just be a little bit more careful about the blind two-fisted strike.
I think being more careful is a good idea, yes.
Yeah. I mean, no insult intended, but you don't seem like you were really born for fighting. Might be best to keep the Klingon urges in check.
Yep.
I'm not sure I would know a Klingon urge if it knocked me on my ass at this point, Lieutenant, but thank you.
Anytime. We should do this again.
Next time it's your turn to get knocked over.
You'll have to dial up the difficulty.
And with that, the two of you walk out the door and start making your way to the mess hall, where all the senior officers are gathering for a joint meal. So before the campaign, I had everyone bring a dish, as it were. So, would everyone like to say what they've brought?
Yeah, I'll go first. I brought sriracha chicken.
Nice.
I've brought tack, which is kind of basically like a roast, some kind of roast meat, and blood rinds, which is basically crackling.
Yummy.
I brought Cation-inspired Hasbrat.
Which, if you're not aware, Cations are vegetarian, so it's basically like having falafel hasbrat.
Yeah, beans and cheese and all that good stuff.
Curds.
Let's see. Who hasn't gone yet?
I brought the drinks.
Not the drinks. I brought the gach.
Brought the guy.
Of course.
Nice.
Just kind of
Do you even
looking
like
at it
gach?
strangely, like I don't remember ever having eaten this before, but the computer tells me it's a Klingon delicacy, so
But it's not wriggling because the replicators can't make live things.
that is true.
Oh, they can put some enzymes in it that make it squirm around.
Yes, this is when Axel One comes by and goes with an electric prod and it starts moving again.
Right?
Bro.
And then Centurion Sahen brought some fried kelid wings. And this is the funny one. Ensign Callis brought Bajorn Swedish meatballs.
Those look
What's
like
the Bajoran
Klingon
Swede?
Swedish meatballs.
Those look like actually Swedish meatballs.
Every species has Swedish meatballs.
Good
Ground
gravy.
meat plus sauce equals delicious.
Basically, in a ball. Yeah.
And since it's Bajorn, it's spicy.
Nice.
Yes.
A lot of spicy food at this table.
Mm-hmm. And then, I haven't had a chance to introduce him, but he's coming to the table as well. Your Mako Colonel, who was transferred to the crew along with his division when you guys were at Starbase 39 Sierra, Colonel Dagara Ngua, this Zindi reptilian who is dressed in a modified version of an Odyssey uniform with short sleeves, a navy blue stripe across his chest instead of any of the other division colors. So it's not the same blue that Sciences wears. It's dark blue. And then kind of a camo pattern on the chest.
Can you post? Can you type out his name?
I am actually going to make him show him to you right now.
Oh,
And it
that
should be
works.
under. Yep, he should be under the Cassini Ox crew.
Dagara Ngua. Okay.
So Colonel Dagara is what he prefers to be called as.
Oh, okay. It's like one of those surname first.
More, it's most people screw up the surname.
Okay.
They get Dagara, they get screwed up on Ingua.
Ngua.
Reptilian, very difficult.
Eh.
And so as Kagon and Lieutenant Felix walk in, the crew is sharing about what they've been finding about themselves from the stuff that's inside their quarters. And we're going to start with, let's go with Lieutenant Graz to start with, who's the one speaking when they walk in.
There's this giant, like, pillar, almost like covered in leather and dangling. It's basically like a giant bag dangling from the center. Found out that it's actually a boxing, punching bag used in an old human sport, boxing. I've had that chance in to like look up some like on the old historical documents, and it's pretty like intense, like fighting, like up close, dodging, moving around. It's well, almost looks
With a
like
box.
flying. Like I can definitely see some connections between what I do and
Historical documents. So with a boxer as big as this.
and apparently I'm also a bit of an artist. I've got this. I pull out a very small, like miniature ship. It's the Cassini with painting and it's got the registry number, the ship name, USS Cassini. It's got the painting style. It's got everything where the Cassini has, and I just that's the Cassini.
Oh, is it stylized?
It's pretty accurate. It's like it's only like 2 or 3 inches long, but it seems so there isn't a whole lot of detail on it, but everything of the detail is actually pretty accurate, pretty close.
So he basically made a D&D miniature of the ship in game.
Nice. Oh, he's playing Starfleet battles.
I don't
that
know
was
if
the
I
name of-
actually use them in any kind of situations, or if I just look at them. It's a bit weird.
Curious find.
I've also got an unpainted one. I think it's an Akira class. I don't know where that came from.
Definitely not a
Marvel
rough.
ship.
It's an older design. I don't know why I'd be interested in such an old design, but it's a ship that flies and has a lot of mini ships inside it. So I guess that is the reason.
The Akira is still a good ship. Not quite as science-oriented as our ship now, but elegant in its own way.
She's a little
Sturdy.
outdated.
It depends on what you put on her, I guess, as with every ship.
Starfleet's still flying Excelsiors. Can't tell me an Akira is old compared to that.
So, fun fact, at this point in time, following the Iconian War, you would have had briefings already that Starfleet is so desperate for ships, they have been pulling everything out of mothballs, Constitutions,
Oh my god.
Mirandas, even old school NXs.
They've been
Anything-
pulling out the old Vulcan and the old Andorian ship.
Mm-hmm. They're retrofitting everything up to modern standards as best they can. It's all hands on deck. There's just not enough space frames for keeping the borders secure.
Well, that's pretty much everything that is of any real interest for me.
Oh, who would like to go next?
Why don't you go, Captain?
I don't have much to speak of, actually. There's a couple strange little personal quirks I think I used to have. Not really much to speak of. I think I was mostly more concerned with my work. Actually, I did have this. I reached into my pocket and I pulled a I think it's a golden locket.
It's silver.
It's
Sorry, not
silver
silver.
locket.
It's platinum. Sorry, not silver. Platinum.
It's like almost like a chrome locket.
Mm-hmm.
I hold it in one hand.
So
Haven't been able to open it though.
So at this moment, someone who's passing through the mess hall is Captain Fang, who is getting her dinner for the night. And she looks over and she sees it and goes, "That locket's Cation."
What?
Really?
Yes, it's Cation. We have similar ones on Farasa. The language is a little different. That's how I knew it was Cation.
Huh. I didn't think
they're-
to check that.
So here's the thing. They're a hereditary locket. Someone gave that to you, and it's coded to open to their DNA.
Curious. Not a mystery to solve, it looks like.
Indeed. And she takes her gigantic, like, turkey leg and leaves.
You won't be joining us for dinner, Captain?
No, thank you. I think you would rather avoid seeing me play with my food.
How's the arm?
Much better, thank you. And then she walks out the door without even looking back.
I'll be happy
She's
when.
in a good mood.
I'll be very happy when we complete our mission.
So,
Seems we all had odd quirks that we're trying to settle back into. Apparently, I like tiny trees.
There's tiny trees in your quarters?
Yes,
That is-
on my desk.
In a pot plant, not okay.
No, like it's a very miniature tree.
Kishima, actually, who's sitting next to Sahan, leans over and goes, "How big?"
I kind of like mime the size and like do my best to describe what it looks like.
Would you mind describing it for...
Yeah, it's about maybe a foot to a foot and a half tall. It's got very small triangular leaves. And it has a kind of dome-shaped canopy or top on it.
So Kishima goes, that sounds like a tree I have in my quarters.
Huh.
According to the computer, it's something called a bonsai? I have no clue.
Are
Regardless. Sorry,
those
Kagon.
are those named after the great Earth scientist Buckaroo Bonsai?
I'm not sure.
Perhaps it's a fad on the ship at one point.
Wonders how Kagon knows about Buckaroo Bonsai.
But yeah, it's just sitting there on my desk.
Does it have a purpose?
I don't know. Now that I know what they're called, I guess I can try and figure out what they're for. Maybe it's just a plant. And I also have one of those leather things, the punching bags, but mine seems to be more of a scratching.
So Theris has a punching bag / scratching post.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
basically.
Oh my god.
And books, which is nice. Actual print.
Oh, printed books.
So,
I've never seen one.
how would you
grab-
know if you've never seen one? Like,
I've never
true.
seen one since I've woken up.
Oh, that's okay. That's fair.
So as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen one.
I'll have to share them. Some
like
of them
that.
are quite interesting.
All right. Lieutenant, I don't believe you've mentioned anything yet.
Well, I have a pair of what I've been able to discern are Ushan Tor ice mining tools from Andoria. Apparently, they're used in a ritual combat in Andorian culture, and I have a model of a ship that I have also been able to find in the database. It was the ship of a important figure in our history, Shran, Tylek Shran. And there's a hollow frame. And I don't really recognize anybody's picture in it. It kind of rotates around. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like anything of any consequence, really.
You haven't tried any facial recognition on the holoframe?
No, I haven't really felt the desire to.
All right.
The other things I kind of wanted to know what they were, but I don't really know what to do about pictures.
No, I'm nodding at this point.
Yeah,
Sounds like-
same.
yeah.
So I'm kind of just like, I didn't really want to bring up the pictures, but I kind of was just like, there's only like there's not much in my quarters.
Sen kind of leans over and goes, well, I know how you're feeling. Like, there's a bunch of pictures of what I'm guessing was Veronat. Don't know. Don't remember it, and it's gone now. So it's like I've got these memories of someone else's life that can't be recaptured.
It's so strange, right?
Right.
It's like we're sleeping in someone else's room.
It's
Yeah.
awkward to say the least.
Like, I found a journal and I'm going through it, and none of it seems like me.
Anything
Seems
noteworthy
like-
in it?
Thoughts, stuff on battle strategy. Not really. Nothing that stands out. There's names that I don't recognize. But
I haven't even tried looking at any of that kind of stuff.
what about you, Kagon?
The blades that I took with us when we went into Paradise City, there are frames for them, which, given the dust, is where I assume they spend most of their time. And then I have printed star charts, as in printed on paper, which I find pleasing to look at.
Paper does seem to be a curious affectation.
It is portable in a sense, but so would a hollow map.
But it's also tangible.
I think that must be the difference, and
It's an inaccurate
There are-
representation now. It's two-dimensional.
exactly. And there are two systems on it that are circled. One is Gamma Eridan, which is on the border of old Romulan Empire space, and the other is Megara, on the other side of the Federation. And I guess once upon a time these two worlds were important to me, but now I don't know why.
Perhaps in a theoretical sense that you plan to visit each world one day.
It's entirely possible.
Be any number of reasons. Find someone to say this is where someone who was important, or just simply maybe that there was something weird about the star, or something, or people, or yeah, there's just.
And stellar abnormalities might very well be it. Given my aptitude,
Dr. Borowski said, or you could have just been trying to find a place to actually learn how to use those blades.
Talis just is trying not to laugh, but she kind of snorts.
Yes,
How
I feel
did
you've
the
been-
training go?
I figure you've been putting more effort into training these days.
it's just about as well as the first time.
Wouldn't you just
Oh.
go to Konos? Or
But at least the company was pleasant.
Nice save.
And
And
at
I'm
this,
just kind of like, okay, and I just kind of
Side eye, like,
Not so nice
Okay.
save.
and it's at this moment that you guys hear, are sitting there, and then you hear your comm badges go off, and you hear, Lieutenant McAllister to senior staff. We are approaching the Eridan Remnant. Please report to the bridge.
And watch out for any tripwires on the way.
No, you tried that once, and we sat down and had a talk.
Yep. And I love that resets every time I start this up. So,
all right, let's head to the bridge, everyone.
All right.
Take our stations.
Everyone arrives at the bridge, and I believe it's time for our captain to give his captain's log.
Alrighty, time to actually speak this out. All right, captain's log, stardate 87606.46. While en route to Faraza Prime to deliver our VIP, the USS Cassini has been tasked to obtain detailed scans of the Eridan Remnant, a piece of a white dwarf within the Eridan Belt, which was created when the star itself went supernova 35,000 years ago. After that, we are to continue to our destination and engage in diplomatic relations with the leaders of Faraza Prime, which will take about a week of travel time. As a personal note, given Captain Fang's recent medical scare and the unfortunate circumstances this crew and ship have had to suffer through recently, a scientific survey mission sounds ideal at this point in time. It will be an excellent opportunity for Cassini and her crew to operate within the mission structure she was intended for. End of log.
All right. And as you guys walk onto the bridge, Lieutenant McAllister stands up out of the center chair and goes, Captain, we're about to drop out of warp. And
Excellent, Lieutenant. Everybody, let's take our stations.
Guys, drop out at warp. And
I sort of sigh just because I didn't get to the helm in time.
well, you got plenty of driving coming up. So, on screen is the image of a white dwarf star about, say it's about 200 light seconds out from you guys.
It's about the same as Earth, maybe a bit shorter.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start getting some scans.
All right. So, you're going to have to first get into optimal positioning for that scan. So, Lieutenant Krabs, would you like to make a roll here? This first one is going to be difficulty 0 because you're not under stress yet, but it's the first of several rolls that's going to happen with regards to this star.
Okay, so Control Con, I guess.
Correct. And yes, your focus do apply.
Okay, I am ready.
All right,
Nice.
You guys generate 3 momentum from that, which is fantastic for a difficulty 0 task.
Does the Cassini? Oh no, I don't think the Cassini assists.
The Cassini can assist if you would like that.
Although on these 20 happy sheets, we might not.
Yeah, you got a good roll here. Though
That's true.
I will say there is no complication. I would just be banking threat. So it's up to you guys. Do you want to or not?
Do it.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, and I'm banking the threat.
Oh,
Oh my
Of
god.
course.
And this is why we don't let the GM roll for the ship.
It's true. Someone else should be doing this.
I was about to.
Well, you can't roll for the ship because you did your roll, so someone else has to do it.
Yeah,
got
I
it.
have the sheet open now.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay, you go it. You do it.
So you end up in optimal scanning range. You've actually moved in a little bit closer. You're now about 100 light seconds out. And so, Kagon, I need you to do a recent science roll. And your astrophysics focus will apply in this case.
Alrighty.
This is difficulty 1 for this initial scan.
Alright. No, I'm going to use momentum to gain momentum, if that's alright, guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
This is, you said, recent science?
Yes, and the Cassini does assist. And by the way, I am already taking into account your advanced sensors, but you can't lower it down below 1. So
So this is engines con for the Cassini?
no, this would be
For its helm roll, it would have been.
this would be sensor science.
Okay. Sensors, science. Roll. Hey.
So,
Nice.
all right. You guys
Well,
did fantastic. Yeah, you max out on momentum actually on that.
And we've got one extra spend.
Yeah.
Yes, you got one extra. No, because he spent one. So it went down from 4 to 3. I hadn't taken it off because I wanted to see. All right, and then you gain 3 back. But of course, you're welcome to spend it for additional information. So
Well, first off, what do we got?
So most of your data is what you would expect for a white dwarf of its age. It's very old. The star went supernova 35,000 years ago. This is a very old white dwarf that's slowly turning into a cinder. It's going to be a black dwarf eventually. One of the things you noted, and it was something that was in the computer's database, is that whatever the original star was, it was right on the border of being a red giant and a red supergiant. So it blew up in a supernova, but it didn't create a black hole. So this white dwarf is on the heavier side of a white dwarf.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll relay that to the captain and point out that this star is only about 0.2 solar masses from having become a neutron star. It's extremely heavy for its stellar type.
Any possibility of determining why it went supernova?
At this age, I'm going to say that that's not something the Cassini would be able to determine. It was probably just old age.
Yeah. Typically, stars in the upper area of the main sequence simply burn out their hydrogen reserves, and when they are out of hydrogen, they start burning helium. But stars can only fuse elements to a certain point. This one would have stopped fusing around carbon, which is when it would have sloughed off its red giant layer and become a white dwarf. A heavier star would fuse all the way up to iron, and that would result in a rather explosive bounce, as it were, which is what creates a supernova.
So, in this case, this one went as far as silicon.
I gotta look up the table of elements now.
We're also educational.
So, do you want to spend any additional momentum for this scientific survey?
If anyone's curious, feel free. Yeah, if anyone's curious, feel free.
This is going to be up to Kagon.
So Kagon would have a free one because he's a designated science officer.
That's right, he does.
That's true.
So I'm going to give you.
Can you?
Here's the free one. You are detecting a subspace wake. Almost immediately, you detect a subspace wake. It generates in front of you. And it's a blip on the radar. It's there for a second, and then it's gone.
Captain, I just detected an anomaly.
What kind?
Subspace wake.
Can you identify the source?
Will I need to do another scan, or is that going to be a momentum spend?
That'll be a momentum spend.
I'll spend it.
All right, so go ahead and spend it. And then you remember, I forgot to install the frame wake scanners on board.
No,
What universe?
they can be installed on Tuesday.
So, this is very easy for you to determine. You quickly parse the data and you go, a ship went to warp at very close proximity to that star.
Can I trace its path?
No, you cannot trace its path because it's too close to the star and you are too far out.
Gotcha.
However, you do have a rough idea of where it left from.
Yeah. Captain, I have the origin point for the subspace wake. Whatever ship left this went to warp. We would have to get closer to the white dwarf if we want to get a scan on its vector, though.
Would that be safe?
So, what you know is that, yes, the ship can get significantly closer to this white dwarf. You have metaphasic shields, and if those drop, you have your ablative hull armor, which is actually rated to handle the corona of a star. So you can get pretty dang close to this star's photosphere if you really wanted to push it.
The longer we wait, the more that signal's going to degrade. Let's take us in. See what we can learn.
All right. So, Lieutenant Grass, you're going to have to start accounting for gravitational anomalies and so forth as you get closer to it. You're going into a gravity well. This is going to be a difficulty 1 task.
A rather steep gravity well at that.
Yes, a rather steep one, but we're not that far in yet. Excuse me.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do a single. I'm not gonna buy.
Yeah, you got this.
But I won't. Just 2 dice with a focus.
Okay, and someone needs to roll for the ship. Whoa!
I don't think we do.
What is the ship
roll.
rolling? Oh, okay, you got it. Never mind.
Yeah,
I got it. But that is a good question. What are we rolling here?
it's engines con.
Engines coming up.
All right. So, obviously
Because more momentum is always good.
but you've overflowed.
So we do amazing.
You do amazing. Like, Grass just is like, and he's just like gracefully riding the currents of the solar winds into the star.
Like,
We're not even feeling
I'm using the gravity wells to my own advantage, doing a bit of slingshots and stuff just to get there quicker.
Can we actually use that overflow to create an advantage?
You can, but I'm actually going to actually give it to you as information.
Okay.
So instead, you're not going to have to roll for
That's an
your
advantage.
next center.
That's an advantage.
This is your advantage. You are detecting the presence of heavy metals, heavy refined metals.
Captain, I'm picking up Metallica and Led Zeppelin. Wait, no, that's not right.
Oh, turn around, we're out of here.
Go!
We've turned this up to 11.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm picking up materials consistent with what may or may not be the hull of a ship.
Can we get in? We'll be able to get more detailed scans if we head in closer.
Ariel pipes in it and goes, I believe that bringing us in closer would probably be wiser. Based on the proximity that I'm reading off the sensors, this is very close to the star's photosphere. We will probably see it before our sensors will get a clear reading on it. As far as, like, I can enhance it on the view screen and we'll be able to see it.
Sounds like the path fast to take.
All right. So, Graz, you're going to have to make another roll here. This one is difficulty 3.
Okay, this is time I'm definitely dropping a momentum.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've been rolling 3, I don't want to, keep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now's a good time to spend it.
Yeah, now go for it.
Oh no.
It's okay. You guys got momentum. You can toss out that complication.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
yep.
gonna spend the 2.
It's 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 momentum.
And we succeeded regardless, so.
Yeah, you succeeded. So you get yourselves into the ship. Kind of rocks a little as there's a gravity wave for a moment. And it's like, that's an anomaly. That's not shouldn't be here for a star of this type. But it's like whatever. Maybe the warp fields or something disrupted it. Who knows?
Interaction between the white dwarf's gravity well and the subspace wake left from the ship. A little bit of gravimetric interference is normal.
Yep. And so this is the image you now see on your screen. And
Is that cross? Well, no, that's I wouldn't know.
Could someone reach for the tracking now? We seem to have a lot of snow.
so Ariel goes, I can enhance the image. This is just what we're seeing right now.
No, that was an out-of-character joke.
Okay, couldn't tell.
Would our tactical officer recognize that ship's profile?
I don't really have any expertise
that would be
in ships that I know of.
That would be more of a con officer
Yeah,
thing in the
so
way Star Trek convention.
I would see if I recognize that ship type.
Okay,
Let's magnify. Let's magnify.
Can I assist?
there's the ship.
God damn it.
Poor Akon, who hasn't seen the show, so doesn't know what it is. is beyond the promo images.
That's Federation design, isn't it?
It is indeed. Ariel goes, it's a crossfield class.
Yeah, there's the unmistakable ring, the gap
Mm-hmm.
within the saucer section.
And as you're coming in range, Kagon, go ahead and roll another scan, sensor science, difficulty 2.
Reason science?
Reason science, assisted by both Ariel and the computer. And I will be handling Ariel's roll.
I'll do the computer. It's
All right, with 2 assists, I'm not going to spend a momentum on this.
Yeah,
and
this,
it's sensor science for the Cassini as well.
yes.
Would astrophysics apply here?
I'm not going to say astrophysics would apply for ship identification.
Stop eating fuzzies. Stop eating fuzzies, cat.
I was like,
That's
"They're
right
doing what
here.
now?"
Starts literally licking themselves.
my cat's up on the cat tower, like eating fuzzies. Okay, there's 3 from me.
All right, there's 1 from Ariel.
And
And
2 more from the
Whoa.
ship.
2 from the ship.
Nice.
All right, so you guys max out on info. I'm
Yeah,
prepared
you're
for
very adorable. Stop eating fuzzies.
So I actually, you guys
How dare
actually,
you tell your dog to the second up?
you guys do
Yeah.
so well. I'm actually going to put up what would have been another roll to pull it out of the computer database and to interface with its computer. You guys recognize it immediately. You managed to get its registry number info in 1 data burst.
Nice.
We are a science vessel.
Yep, hang on. And I put this on the wrong layer. There we go.
It's a crossfield.
Hull collapse. Oh no.
Look at the distance it is from the photosphere.
Yeah, it's real close.
Yeah, so I'm going to move it over there. So you guys can read it.
Thank you.
Was this one of the vessels that was reinstituted?
So if you read the thing, it says that it was sold to the Alpha Quadrant Endangered Species Initiative almost 40 years ago.
Well, is this to do with the tribbles?
You don't know. You guys want to look up who they are? You're welcome to.
I would like to do that.
So is that 1 hour 25 minutes?
1 hour, 25 minutes.
Shall we actually look up the information a bit later and maybe get this ship to safety first?
Yeah. Can we pull the vessel out of the gravity well?
At this range, it is too deep in. It would be a little too risky for you guys to use a tractor beam. You would have to get close enough that it would destabilize your shields, and you can't run one through your ablative hull armor.
Can we scan to see if there's life signs on board?
You can scan to see if there's life forms aboard. Because of the proximity to the star, it would be a difficulty 3 chance, but the Cassini brings that down to 2.
I would also like to scan to see if there's still if engines are still active or there's still a power source.
Okay, I will consider that the same roll.
Okay, here goes.
Hey,
There's our 2. Will someone get the ship?
I
Yep.
got it. No.
That's
fine.
okay.
You got it. You got it. And you don't even need the momentum. So, there are life signs. However, it is so close to the star, you cannot determine what kind of life signs there are.
Can we establish a transporter lock?
You can establish a transporter lock into the ship. That you can do. Getting back would be a little more difficult.
We would need to take pattern enhancers with us.
Or
yeah,
you
pattern buffers for sure.
Or you could, and this is Centurion's ahead, or we could literally go over to their transporter room and interlink our 2 pattern buffers. And it would be the same thing, except twice the
Right.
resolution of a pattern enhancer.
It's an option, but ideally I'd like to get that ship out of the gravity well.
Well,
So,
this is how. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
so what you do know, the engines were only recently taken offline. Like within the last 5 minutes, you could bring them back online very quickly if you went over there.
I do want to use my free ask to ask if the subspace wake we detected was this ship warping in or another ship warping out.
It was not this ship.
Okay.
It does
Okay.
not match the warp signature of the cross field.
While this is happening, can I use my chair console thing to start looking up information on this ship?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I'm going to say it's a difficulty 0 roll, reason science.
Reason science? I can't use security for this?
I will allow command, but not security.
Okay. Reason command then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would my intelligence operations come into play?
Yes, I will say absolutely. For this class of ship, your intelligence ops focus comes into play.
Okay. Hoop. 2.
Okay. So that's going to give you 2 free asks on this. So the crossfield was the prototype of the crossfield class in the mid-23rd century.
Mm-hmm.
It served a little bit during the first Klingon Federation War, but it was a prototype ship. It wasn't fully equipped like the rest of the crossfields would be. And then it was decommissioned shortly after because it was experimental craft, and they were supplanted with TMP era ships.
Right.
They learned from them. They built better fleet, basically. It was then sold. It went into one of the surplus depots that Starfleet has, and it stayed there for about 100 years, and then it was sold to the civilian group, which is designated to save endangered species around the Alpha Quadrant.
Okay. Would I know then? So for my first free ask, would I know if the ship was called in for reinforcements or anything in terms of the Iconian War?
One of the point is had the ESI registered a missing ship.
So I'm considering that both of both of those momentum rolls to answer both of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
So first is this ship was not recalled in the post-Iconian War. It was sold off 40 years ago. It was stripped of everything. It has no weapons.
Okay.
All its military grade equipment was removed.
Okay.
As for whether the ship was missing, it hasn't been reported missing, but a lot of ships have gone missing recently, and it's hard to keep track of that. So if it went missing, it had to have happened between the start of the Iconian War and now. So within the last 2 months.
Okay, so there's no information on its last project or its last known coordinates?
That's going to be a momentum spend. Do you want that?
Yeah,
Spend it.
Worth it.
So its last assignment was going to various it was transporting various endangered species to reserves. A couple of Gormaganders, a couple species from Berengaria, a couple places from Antos. It even recently made a stop through the Frossen system about a year ago. So it's been traveling around this part of space for a while.
Okay.
At warp speed, just to be clear.
Okay. Well, then I will relay all of that information to both our science officer and our captain, and our tactical officer as well.
We haven't detected any spaceborne life forms out here, have we?
You have not. You have not detected any. What's the word? God, it's blanking out of my mind. For life forms that live in space.
Oh, God, there is a word. Exobiology?
No, that's not it. It's
Cosmozoans?
Cosmozoans. Yep. There are no. You haven't detected Cosmozoans. They're not super common in this part of space. They just don't hang out here. They don't like the nebula. They taste bad.
Well, we're burning time. Do we want to try and track the vessel out of the gravity well, or do we want to send something over?
So I already told you guys you can't tractor her out.
We have to go in.
Yeah, but it's doable.
And whoever goes in should take pattern enhancers with them.
We can.
Even if we can link their transporter bays, we have no guarantee that those are working.
Well, I have expertise in transporters.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd be willing to go there to this is a crossfield though. This is one of the NCC 1000. This is basically one of the first Starfleet vessels.
Yeah, it's a very old ship.
Well,
Yeah,
do you want to take an away team?
Yeah, I think that would be good. I will take Lieutenant Graz. Should I take Sehen?
Sehen is volunteering to come along.
Okay, so I will take Sehen.
You might want to take Kagon because for his xenobiology.
Ooh, that's a good plan. Okay, yeah, I'll take.
And
Does
maybe
take
science?
Yeah, and take Anthelixus with you as well.
Okay, well then I'll take everybody but the captain.
Just in case. That's fine. Somebody has to stay on the ship.
So here's the thing. I'm going to say this before you go down there. Any of you can fly this ship. Because it's older, it would be the kind of, like, those interfaces would be the kind of stuff you trained on at the academy. You don't necessarily need to bring Graz. And he might need to stay here because the ship is now deep in a gravity well.
That's a good point.
And I will be having the ship roll con checks. And I'm just saying that right now.
Well, it's up to you, Graz. Do you want to go or do you stay?
As much as I'd like to, I better stay here.
All right.
Okay.
I don't want to
We'll send you on the next
my mini now, do I?
We'll send you on the next one.
All right. And so, well, would you guys like to take... Nurse Navarros is also going to come over as an auxiliary medical officer. Would anyone like to play her during this mission?
Go for it, Bass.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for the captain, but since he's offered it to me, I'll go.
All right. So I've now unlocked her for you. So, hang on one second. Yep.
I will pay Kathleen Dong, who's also going on. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, no! Endanger our civilian!
Hey,
She does not have clearance to go.
yeah, if she's going to go on an away mission, at least make the GM spend threat to make it happen.
I'm not spending threat for that. She's smart enough. She sees one of those. She's like, I'm not going on there.
I'm good in my safe bed.
I wore my red shirt today. I'm not going.
You always wear a red shirt. All right. So, you guys get over to the transporter room. You're getting ready. What kind of gear would you like to bring with you? Are you taking... obviously, Vivaros is coming with her medical kits and all that.
Would there be
Pattern buffers.
Would there be special vet stuff as well, or would there...
Are there mobile replicators at this point in case you need to replicate any spare parts?
If the closest we have to that is that there are specialty combat replicators that combat engineers use, which auto replicate a turret, and it has exactly. Yeah, I mean it's very like stuff like that. It's not. They don't have like my little replicators you can take for parts.
We should take our personal shields, probably for sure.
That's standard issue. Everyone takes PSGs on a mission.
Actually, do we get any idea of the environment on the vessel?
Yeah, we might need exosuits.
Yeah, you might need EV suits.
That's going to be a difficulty one task for Kagon.
Go for it.
Let me roll that because we kind of need to know that going in.
Mm-hmm.
Reason science?
Reason science.
We don't even need the ship.
Yeah, so max out your momentum again. So the environment is sealed everywhere except for the shuttle bay, which the force field collapsed and it looks like the emitters have melted.
You might want to bring...
the bulkhead saved the day there.
Yeah.
You might want to bring suits.
Yeah, just in case.
So the temperature on the inside is actually quite temperate. Like these old ships.
Radiation.
So these old ships had lots of. This ship in particular had lots of armor and so forth because of the time frame, and it was actually lead lined. So it is reflecting a lot of that radiation.
These ships were made in an era where shields were still kind of prototypes.
Yeah, shields were crap then. Starfleet has only recently rediscovered the value of armor. So basically, it actually has partial shields up, like its navigational deflector, so it's reflecting the radiation. You can penetrate that easily with 2410 transporters. On top of that, the armor is intact.
Still, EV suits might be good. If not for us, then at least.
And perhaps at least an anti-radiation inoculation.
Mm.
Yeah, some Hyronolin will be a good idea.
And maybe some extras for the crew on that ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to take probably is Talis bringing anything for security?
What kind of gun is she bringing?
Yeah, what you bringing, Talis?
I mean, I don't think there's probably anything over there that a standard issue phaser can't take care of.
So type 2, type 3.
Holographic imager, if that's an option.
You'd have to program it ahead of time. Because
Okay.
you can't program that in the field.
Well, it's an opportunity one item, so I was thinking, you spend a momentum for the opportunity to take it with you.
Yeah, maybe he's already got one.
I mean,
So, like,
I might ask.
Holoimager as in holographic projector or to take photos?
No, as in a holographic camera that can. Yeah, that can take imagery and reproduce it on a very low level as needed.
Yeah, you get to take that.
Okay.
If it's an opportunity one, yeah, I'll have you spend the momentum. You can take it. By this point, it's a plug-in for your tricorder. Uses USB.
What was that thing I had on the Orion planet that helped with engineering?
Was it the sabotage module?
Yeah, can I take one of those?
So here's the thing about the sabotage module. That might not be the best thing to take because that destroys constructs.
Never mind.
Although I might ask Lieutenant Commander Kagon, knowing the species that are involved that are on the ship, like if we run into one of them that are loose, what type of weapons would be best to subdue them?
So most of the species that are on the ship are very docile species. Like a Gormagander is literally a space whale. It's not going to hurt you.
Oh, space whale.
Unless it runs into you.
Right. So the thing about that is, like, in this situation, the species that would be over there probably wouldn't be a threat. But given
the species we don't know that are over there are the ones we're worried about.
Exactly.
True.
But there's only so much we can bring with us.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not inclined to bring an arsenal.
Do we have a quick fix module or something like that?
Sahen has that.
Okay. So he's also bringing like an engineering kit and everything?
Yeah, he's got his stand. You guys are getting into your Odyssey excursion outfits, and your hazard team gear, and he's got his kit modules on.
And I'm still trying to figure out how this USB thing plugs in.
Someone takes his hand, turns it around, and then plugs it in.
And it doesn't go that way either, because it's USB. You have to flip it 3 times before it fits.
Yep.
Wait, that's USB-C. How is that working?
It's space USB.
Oddly the same, Captain. I'm not sure what's going on here.
No, that's just the transporter guy talking. I'm playing the transporter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we make sure that we have enough pattern buffers for whatever we need.
Pattern enhancers.
There's 3 of them, and I'm gonna say that's. Let me look through our cast list because it can't be Kashima who has to fill in for Sahen while he's away on the bridge. I'm gonna say that it's Lieutenant Maria O'Malley.
Of course it is. It always starts with an Irish name. All the chiefs.
Except for the
Just
Scottish.
get met a girl called Maria?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
No.
Maybe
Wow.
how do
One
someone
threat.
like Maria?
Baz, stop giving him threats!
Oh my god.
Honestly, it's amazing you don't have more of it tonight. So
All right,
okay.
let's get over there.
That'd be operations staff, wouldn't it? Or would that be engineering?
Operations and engineering are often interchangeable on a ship this small.
That's fair. Let's see, Alpha Shift, Maria O'Malley.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, alright.
All right.
She's just standing there patiently.
She's like, get on the pads. I can't wait all day to beam you over there.
Whenever you're ready, sirs.
I'm ready.
Get on. Yeah, I just grab everything and head on to the transporter pad.
Yeah, by the time, like, nurse,
Vivaros.
Vivaros is like being there waiting all this time, standing on the pad. Just a stock, flat Vulcan exterior.
Except that Vivaros is not the flat Vulcan exterior, if you recall. She's the emotional Vulcan.
Oh.
So
she's still got the stern face.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got to relearn it.
It's like her first away mission, she's trying to psych herself up.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, unfortunately, there is no clean images of the Crossfield class's insides besides the bridge, and I'm not sending you to the bridge. So, I have to make you do with the Kelvin Timeline Dreadnought, because it's the closest thing we got. So, you beam over, and...
We don't have to roll for it?
You don't have to roll for it. You get over it. Like, it's an easy task to be interlinked with the other ship's transporters and beam you guys over. Like, the problem is getting you back is going to be where the work is.
Oh, that's what the pattern enhancers are for.
Exactly. So you guys materialize inside the transporter room, which is mostly intact, it looks like. And the lights are off. It's just running on emergency lighting.
Okay.
Turn on my helmet light.
And I
Click.
want to immediately scan for life signs. Firstly, any sentient life signs, and then for any of creatures that may be around.
Would you like an assist?
I'm going to say you don't need an assist on this one.
Okay.
And the reason I'm saying that is that any kind of anything that would affect Nurse Vivaros' scan will affect Kagon's scan. So an assist will not be helpful. Reason science.
Okay. Yay for using support characters.
Yay!
Do I want to use a momentum? Oh, sorry, what's the difficulty?
Well, yeah.
The difficulty is going to be 2 because there's increased radiation, ambient radiation being this close to a star.
Okay, I will want to
Use
use a momentum.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
She doesn't have focus.
So her only focus would be combat medicine.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't
She's
put
a supporting cast.
Yes.
All right, so I am. Yep, 3 dice, no focus. Let's do this.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa.
Back.
Thank you, nurse.
Maxed out again. You guys are rolling high.
Hello, nurse.
That's a threat.
That just means
that is 5 threat for that comment.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Dawn.
So,
blame me.
All right. So as the Telshir agents beam in,
you wish. So you are reading several non-sapient life signs. You can't get a specific lock on the species, and you're reading a handful. You are reading 2 sapient life signs besides your room.
Okay, we've got 2 potential candidates for crew or hostile invaders.
So I'm gonna say this is everyone's know this. This ship cannot be run by 2 people.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like this ship, minimum for a civilian crew would have to be around 50 to 100.
Can you get any idea of the species?
Use a momentum, I guess. That's the...
I'm gonna say it's not even a momentum roll.
Mhm.
You cannot get a lock on their species.
But we have a lock on their coordinates.
No,
No.
it's very vague. It's kind of like, okay, Don, you know how it's in Elite Dangerous when you're on the SRV and you're doing the scanning, and
Yeah.
it's just like you have a range.
So it's directional.
It's directional. You have an idea of where they are. They are towards engineering.
Makes sense if you're.
Hey, you were gonna head that way
if you're
anyway.
Well, and if you're going to if you're going to fortress up in a ship, engineering's the place to do it, right?
Yeah.
Well, do we want to establish the transporter look back to the Cassini first?
So Sahen walks over and checks and goes, I don't have power to the console.
Alright, to engineering we go, I guess.
Yeah.
Add portable battery to the engineering list.
Yep.
And they had
All
those in Stargate. Why don't we have them?
Because people are lazy around here. So okay, you guys start walking down the corridors and so forth, and
I'm assuming we have like kind of a sporadic comm link with the Cassini just to give like updates.
so are you actually making a communication back towards them right now or not?
I would like probably like when we arrive, just to say like we arrived safely and everything like that.
So as
Just to
soon
check
as
in.
when you tried to check in, your comm badge went the of I can't make a
Oh.
connection.
Oh.
Okay, well, one thing at a time. I get down to engineering, and once this ship has power, there'll be a lot more we can do.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I can't believe you guys went down on the way mission and lost contact again.
Yet again.
In traditional
Seems to be a
Star.
theme.
Mhm. So, do you guys start walking down the corridor? So, Graz, are you continuing to scan for life signs?
I am continuing to keep an eye on where these sentient...
Okay. Can I get you to make another roll? Difficulty is going to be flexible on this one, so I'm going to determine how much knowledge you get from the roll.
Okay, do I want to use another momentum, or...
We're at max, you may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so another roll with 3 dice.
Use it
Okay.
or you lose it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so here it is.
Oh, hang on, that was a 19. Was there...
Okay, yeah, then it's there wasn't a increased complication range. Check your
Okay.
sheet. Check your sheet to see if it's increased.
Yeah,
Or
you
something.
probably shifted your complication range.
Yeah.
yeah, the complication range is 3. Excellent, yeah.
Yep. So here's what happens. You're keeping track, and then you lose one of the life signs, one of the sapient life signs.
Uh-oh.
Do I hear anything, by the way? Like while we're walking?
You're gonna have to roll for it because the ship is
I
making
will do
lots.
so.
The ship is making lots and lots of creaking noises from it twisting from the heat.
I will
It's not getting
roll.
smaller.
It's going to be an insight command check. No, insight security. I think this is insight security.
Oh, happily. And I automatically get a d20 because of my keen hearing, correct?
Correct.
May I take a dice for cautious?
I'm gonna say rules
You're
GM.
sit-
This is too much. That's too much.
Yeah, you're sitting on 3 dice already.
Fine. Okay.
Suspend a threat.
It's one or the other.
Okay. Okay. Task roll. I have 3 dice. Do I have a focus that applies? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. Poop. 2
Okay.
successes.
So you very faintly hear a scream right before that, towards
Oh,
where the
okay.
life signs are coming from, and it's like ah! And then it's gone.
At this time, I'm just starting to say, well, I've lost one of the last signs. Then
Yep. I hear screaming. Let's pick up the pace.
Okay.
I draw my phaser.
Okay. So you guys,
Before, as we're going, B, can I do a scan to make sure that structural integrity is still holding in engineering?
absolutely.
Okay. Reason science?
Reason science difficulty 1. This is not a hard task.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you got it. You can get your momentum back.
This just
Structural-
means next week we're rolling like garbage because
So,
No kidding.
Structural integrity is holding, and as you round the corner, you see that there's some intermittent power in this section. Can I get you guys to roll an? Would it be? I'm gonna say insight security. Every single one of you.
That's a perception check.
Yeah, it's a perception check.
I know that trick.
I was focused on my tricorder.
oops, I accidentally put 3, but
I'll take the 2. So the one doesn't count. The first 2.
Would my focus survival training come into
No,
play?
no focuses are gonna apply. This is just
Okay.
a
Just a straight check.
straight check. Okay, so everybody but Kagon, who's strike order. As you round the corner, you see a Farasan hunched up against the wall.
like hiding or like
Like standing against the wall, kinda hiding in the flickering light.
I immediately
This is-
like grab the back of Kagon's like suit and like pull him.
Is that Frozen
I
showing on your
interpose
tricorder?
myself. Yeah, I interpose myself between Kagon and the Farasan.
the nurse sort of fumbles as she gets her phaser rifle out.
So, what are you guys doing with this guy?
Scanning them.
I just want to try and talk to him.
Okay, what do you say?
I want to ask, like, is he wearing a uniform? Is he like, what does he look like?
He looks like he's wearing Farasan body armor, so like leather body armor.
Okay. I want to ask what his business is on the ship,
As soon
and if he's injured.
So as soon as you do that, he immediately panics and just shakes his head and then does the shushing thing.
Oh, okay.
And then you guys, you hear this. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You hear this. You hear a tribble, and you see it like running down the corridor past him, and it's making like the scared noise they make around Klingons.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's making that sound and running towards you guys, and it actually comes up to Kagon and hides right behind him, right behind his leg.
Even though he's what? K? What?
Yeah,
Rah! I roar at it.
it's not as scared of you as whatever it is out there.
See, not even the tribbles are scared of you.
We are mortal enemies. I'm kicking it.
No.
It just climbs onto your leg and it's like holding on for your life, and you notice that like its fur is like pointing straight up. Catheris, I'm gonna have you roll an insight security check. Actually, no, present security, because this is something subconscious.
Okay. Just a regular roll.
No, regular roll. No momentum, no talents, no nothing.
Okay. 2
Okay.
successes. Wow,
You
I'm
only-
rolling really amazing.
You only
This is
needed
fantastic, actually.
to roll 1. And I'm gonna say that the other action is to raise your rifle, like as a full action, and charge it.
Okay.
Your fur immediately like stands on end. Something is wrong here. And it's at this moment that a pair of creatures round the corner, small, about the size of that tribble.
I totally want to make a perception check on that.
You're not going to have to because I'm just going to show them to you.
I know what these are.
Yes,
Shit.
pair of Epos, and you just see the frost and just look at them go.
I as soon as I see it like round the corner, I'm just shooting it.
So they actually are going to be going first.
I have quick to action.
This is actually, they're not targeting you.
Oh, they're targeting
They're
the
going
triple.
after the Frossen.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
I'm not going to spend any threat because they have a way. This is going to be crazy good for them. Yeah,
Why is their fitness so high?
They literally leap from 50 feet away and rip that Frossen's face off.
Is there any way they can actually not make it?
No, that roll was deliberately buffed.
Okay.
That was preemptively buffed, but they are actually above standards for a lot of things.
Daring, but anyway.
No, in this case because they also have to make the leap.
Oh, okay. I will give you this one.
Yeah, this one is a unique. This is a unique roll.
Okay.
And they literally rip his face off.
I've forgotten about the tribble on my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And he's still alive, by the way, and he's screaming as his bare skeleton is screaming.
Oh.
No,
Shoot it,
that's
shoot
not
it, shoot it.
okay. That's not
This-
okay.
Shoot it,
this is
shoot it, shoot it.
Okay,
This is like that TNG episode, Conspiracy.
yes. So who's going to be shooting at them?
Me?
Me.
I think everyone will, but I don't know what.
You know what? I'm gonna say because they went as a team, they used up their movements for this term. You all get to fire off one shot each
Oh,
for
good.
narrative purposes.
Good. Here come the phaser pew pews.
Meanwhile, Captain's on the ship going, what's a 6-letter word for a bush?
Oh, God.
That's so vanilla. That is so vanilla.
Yeah, 7 across.
And cut back to the crossfield where the security officer's yelling, "Bonsai!"
No, that's not it. It has to start with an M.
All right, guys. I'm trying to remember what is the role for phasers. Is it control or daring?
Control.
It's control security for
It's control
phasers.
for shooting, it's daring for physical.
Gotcha.
And Bookwormy, if I may make a suggestion,
Mm.
do a wide beam attack.
Okay.
So you hit multiples when you roll an effect.
I'm using the type 3 phaser, so I don't know if that affects things.
I don't believe the Type 3 has wide beam.
Okay.
I've got
That's-
that covered.
The Type 3 does if you use if you use the charge function.
Yeah.
Actually, it's area, which means you're putting it into rapid fire.
Okay, so you said it's control security.
Yep. Everyone rolls that except for Adcon, who's not there.
Okay.
And is the hen also rolling?
Sehen is also rolling. I'm going to have him roll that.
Okay. Then since
Probably
I
best if I roll
charged up,
second to last.
hold this.
You need to roll
You
the.
hit him first.
You need
Oh,
to
that's right. That's right. So control security
Mhm.
challenge. Is it challenge dice? Yes.
No,
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 task roll.
task roll, standard task roll.
There's a hit.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you want me to re-roll the
It has
damage.
to, everyone needs to do the control security before.
Okay, I am going
Okay.
to use a momentum for 3 dice because my.
Go for it.
Yep. I'm rolling that.
Oh, balls.
Okay.
And I'm banking that complication as threat.
I'm going to also use a momentum if that's all right, guys.
Yeah,
for
go
it.
for it.
All right.
So type 2 is 4 damage, isn't it? Plus. Yeah.
Don't roll those yet. Get through this first.
Ooh.
Kagon! Oh!
Thank you, Kagon, for remaining consistent.
Thank you for the additional threat. Every single phaser blast bounces off of them.
What?
Literally reflects off their fur.
Okay, new plan. Throw the phaser at them.
Can I retcon?
wait,
Can I retcon that I brought one of my freaking ice picks with me?
Do you really want to get to melee range with something that could rip your face off in one strike?
Nope.
Point.
So I'm gonna. So Hen is gonna roll, however, because I haven't done that yet. And his plasma repeater overheats before because he freaks out. But I am gonna say, for narrative purposes, one shot does hit, and it is actually the only shot that actually hits it. But
Okay.
it doesn't do any damage.
Oh my
Well, not
god.
with that kind of a roll, it doesn't.
And he just goes, I think we need to go now. And he starts running the other way.
Base him.
There's that Romulan courage we all know and love.
You know, this really isn't the time for, race baiting.
Do we
Point.
have a necessine gas? Does anyone have a necessine gas?
No one has an Esposine gas.
Hey, I bet if we got to
Peel off
engineering,
the
we could
deck
get
and
some.
just base
So
it.
they're on the road to engineering.
Yeah, they're in our way. We need to get past them.
If you guys got some plasma coolant, you could solve this easily.
Oh, if only you were in engineering.
Okay, I am going to run away with Sahin.
What are they doing right now? Are they just like
They're eating the guy.
Frozen?
They're eating the
Yeah.
Frozen.
Oh god.
So do we
The
run away
Jurassic
or do
Park
we
real
just run
quick.
past them? That's the question.
So they did notice you fire at them, so they did notice you, but they went back to eating him because it was there, and they already killed him.
Meat. Yeah.
So they're aware of your presence. They may react if you try to go past them.
Fair point.
So
Well,
what do you want to do?
Better part of valor, guys.
We can't beam them into space.
You don't have transporters.
Yeah, you turn and you're just the only one there, Kagon.
No, I'm still there.
I am too.
I don't like our odds.
And I'm taking another threat because they're finishing eating the guy.
Is there anything like around us that we could use to like block them in?
Nope. This is a very old starship. While they had force fields like that, without the power fully on, you
No, I mean like just like
No.
Physically.
parts of the ship. Great.
There's hallway.
Cool.
So just to be clear, you're at a T junction. So
Guys,
you guys
go.
came down. You guys came up down one, and then the other two have run back along the other
Back-
path.
back toward the transporter room?
No, the other path.
Okay.
the other way we haven't gone yet,
Yes,
and
Time to
that's
go.
towards engineering.
you could get to engineering from there. It would just be a longer route.
And it's the safer way to go right now.
Just
Definitely
freaking
okay
go,
with
oh
the
my-
longer route. Yeah,
It's fine.
going. Bye.
I'm gonna say they're now done eating, and they
Okay,
immediately
bye.
turn.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm running.
Let's go.
If you see the back of my shirt, try to keep up.
Yeah. So now they're coming at you guys.
Great.
So, are you guys running?
Yeah, we're
How many
running.
times do I have to say we're running? Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you run, and Sahen immediately picks the nearest door, pushes open manages to get it open. It has some power to it. It opens, goes in here, and he runs in there. You can see him interfacing his tricorder into the door.
And
We follow.
Okay. So everyone gets inside, and he shuts the door, and he locks it via tricorder. And you just hear
I just like
bam, bam, bam as they run into the door.
and I just like lean my back up against the wall and I go
So then goes, at least there's power in here. I'm going to try and reroute it to the transporter. We're getting the hell off this ship.
How about we just beam those things into space?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how many there are. So can I get Kagon to make a roll, please, to tricorder scan how
can.
many? Yes,
Reason science?
reason science. And
Is
your
the tribble still on him, by the way?
yes, it
Yes.
is. It's hanging on to his like.
Yeah. But I have mentioned that I've forgotten the tribble, so
Oh, so yeah, as a triple coup, so I will reach down, like kneel down and try to pick it from.
It is clinging on to him like it's up his pant leg.
No.
it's clinging on to the Klingon.
Yes, clinging onto the
Yeah.
Klingon.
It likes the
Okay.
Klingon more than it likes whatever the hell these things.
Did you say I had a focus or no?
Yeah, you gotta
yeah,
focus.
xenobiology.
I'm not gonna say which focus applies here. Okay.
But hey, 3 successes.
Yes, 3 successes, so that would put you at 6 momentum. And of course, you get a bonus information from this. So you are reading about 400 epos on board this ship.
What the fuck are they doing?
You are barely reading them. And in fact, Vivaris looks over your shoulder and goes, those are similar to the readings we had on Fang when we were trying to scan her.
I wondered.
Yeah. And here's your bonus information. You are reading decalithium in the room you're in.
That's something that... What were they doing with decalithium?
Out of character, I don't know what that is.
So, you know that it's a restricted substance. It doesn't quite click at first. There's several crates in this room. 3 of them are larger and are covered in sheets.
I've got a bad feeling, but I feel like I need to uncover these sheets.
Okay.
Or take the sheets off of this. What am I looking at?
Are you taking the sheet off?
Yeah.
You see a magnetic containment chamber,
Mm-hmm.
and inside of it is a big red orb.
We need to get off this ship of horrors.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get off this ship and then activate repulsor beams and toss it into that white dwarf.
So I'm going to have you do a recent science. This is just to see if you actually remember what decalithium is, what that specifically is.
Because as a player, I absolutely know.
You absolutely know.
2 successes.
Okay, so that's a horrible idea, especially this close, because that's going to create an artificial singularity when it goes off. And when it does so, this is going to cause immediately create a accretion disk, and there's going to be a black hole with jet streams going on when this thing happens, and the Cassini is at point blank range.
So that's
Oh, God.
bad.
But the ship is already drifting towards the star.
Right.
In an hour, this star will be a black hole.
Closer to about 45 seconds before it hits the photosphere. And at this moment, all of you guys need to do a fitness security test.
Oh no, I think
no.
Nurse Vivaris is not going to do very well.
Okay.
Man, me and frickin' security rolls.
Oh, not too bad, I actually got one. Why did I keep forgetting to... I got 1.
Okay. We just need... Okay, there she is. All right, so Kagon gets knocked to the red matter inside the containment field starts arcing, and then there's a boom as a graviton burst emerges from it. Everyone kind of holds their own. Kagon falls to the floor, and his personal shield generator goes offline from the damage. Everyone else's is reduced in half. And then up on the ship, Lieutenant Graz goes, Captain, we got a graviton burst coming towards us. You need to roll evasive maneuvers, difficulty 3.
Okay, let's do...
Is the ship assisting with this, or Ariel,
Yes.
or anything?
I got the
is
ship.
assistant.
What is the ship? Engines?
Engines con? Or structure con, I forget which.
Engines con.
Engine's con it is. Alright, go for it.
You know what, I'm going to do burn a momentum on this, just to doubly make
Yeah,
it.
You got
please.
You got it. Okay, yeah, you...
And Oh, you to the ship. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna take Harrison's because it's the complication, and I get to have
Yeah,
fun.
that's fine.
So here's the deal with this. This immediately Graz is able to correct the ship, but the ship actually takes structural integrity damage, and it takes 1 point of stress damage from this.
So we, I think it's just shields, though, right?
No, because this is passing through the shields.
So
Your
you're
shields-
saying the ship is taking a breach?
It's not taking a breach. It's taking 1 point of It's not stress.
It's
It's
shields.
It's
is it
shields.
just? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I guess it is shields. Yeah. So it takes 1 point of shields damage.
Okay, so we're down 1 shield.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did we take any stress damage from that, by the way?
You guys didn't. If any of you else besides Kagon had rolled the complication, you would have. But Kagon being Klingon is sturdier and he can resist it more, so he
That's
just
fair.
feels like, oh, your personal shield's deflected most of it.
I fell on my head, so I'm actually fine.
Yes.
If we learned anything by now, it's that Kagon can take a hit.
Mhm.
Yeah, at least there's that.
So, and as everyone gets back up and goes, okay, that's fucked up. This is okay. You know what? Fuck this ship.
Set up the pattern enhancers. We need to get off of here.
And as he turns around, he goes, I dropped them.
Oh.
And can I
And
talk to the Graz?
swear in Andorian and I go, are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm actually spending threat to say that happened. So
Can I talk to Lieutenant Graz for a moment?
Yeah.
Where did you drop them?
All right. So back in the Cassini,
In the hall.
Lieutenant Graz, what in the world was that?
It was the graviton pulse from the crossfield.
All right. Can we determine what caused it?
that would have to be a sensors roll.
So I guess
Okay.
like having a NBC do the role.
Yeah, who's our generic sensor office, science officer right now?
It would probably be Kashima because he's operating as operations officer.
All right. I don't know how to do a custom roll.
And I'm gonna expend. I will be rolling for him. I'm actually gonna be spending 2 threat to expand the complication range to 3.
Let's give him a momentum for an extra die. What do you guys think?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. And it would be what for the ship sensors, sensor science, right?
You're right. And he's gonna be doing reason science.
Yeah, someone else roll for the ship this time.
I got it.
And he gets a complication. Okay, so he goes, I was reading some sort of exotic particle. I'm not sure what it is, and his complication is he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't have the knowledge. This is something that is above his pay grade, and it's above his scientific knowledge to know about.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Kagon
But not so much above his pay grade that the computers have started freaking out, right?
Right. The computers are like, I'm not quite sure what this is.
Okay, so they're not quite at the... Okay, I know, I get you. Keep going.
So he can't make the induction of what it is.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Kagon and be like, "What the hell is this?"
Have you ever heard of red matter?
Sehen turns around and goes, I have. That shit's fucking illegal.
Yes,
That's
it
the
is.
shit. That's the shit that Ambassador Spock was supposed to bring to Romulus to save our homeworld, and he never did it in time because the Vulcans didn't want to give it to him.
And it ultimately killed him. And it's going to kill us if we don't get off of this ship.
Okay.
If I
Red
could
stuff
get it,
bad.
Okay,
Got it.
so this is a ship of horrors, is
Absolutely.
what you're telling me.
it's a ship of all 3 2010 Star Trek series. He just kind of goes, if I could get those over to the Cassini, I could probably put them in like a safe field. I mean, there's no way you can dispose of this stuff.
In an hour, in 45 minutes, it's going to dispose of itself.
Kagon, roll another science reason check.
Okay. Science, difficulty 2. Astrophysics apply?
Yeah, astrophysics is gonna apply. this is actually going to be a difficulty 4 task. And I'm spending
Oh,
3
God.
threat to expand the complication range again.
Okay.
Bend it.
I'm gonna call on a value and spend a determination.
Okay?
And the value is going to be.
I'm going to say, in this case, you have to create a value. Your
That's what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
So great minds think alike. But my value here is going to be science is the way of the warrior.
I like it.
That's good. I like that.
Okay, so I'm spending that to get automatic critical success, and I'm going to spend a momentum to get an extra die.
Yep.
Okay.
5 successes and a complication.
Okay, so complication is you're not going to get a very accurate number on this, but you don't have 45 minutes.
Yep.
This red matter is, because of how close you are to the star, the increased radiation, the increased gravitational fields, this shit is going to detonate between the next 10 and 20 minutes.
Okay.
That means...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 10 minutes to get off this ship.
Great. Thank you for your window. I guess I gotta get these pattern enhancers.
So Sehen goes, we may not need to. As he's typing into the thing, he goes, I'm rerouting power back to the transporter room. If you guys go through the Jeffries tube, and he sends a map because he's interfaced with the computer and he's downloaded the stuff from the database on this ship. He's like, I'm sending you a map. Get to the transporter room. I'm gonna have to stay here. And at that moment,
not an option.
He goes, okay, and if those things crash in, and at this moment, because I don't know if you've noticed, this door is getting kind of hot over here. And you guys need to roll a perception check, because you guys were a little distracted.
That's what, insight security, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a success.
This is difficulty 1.
Yes, I do have 2 dice. That's correct.
Mhm.
Oh
Oh my god.
So Graz is just...
no, Vivaris.
Graz
I'm
is
sorry.
focused on Vivaris
Graz?
is focused on the triple on my feet. Like, oh, it's so cute.
Yes, that is in fact the complication. So you need Talus too.
Oh yes, Talus must roll. And
What are we rolling?
insight
Insight
security.
Oh, boy.
Difficulty 1. Okay.
Yay.
So everyone who is not Vivaros notices that door is now red.
Oh god, okay.
And he's going, I think those things can breathe fire.
Oh my god, okay.
I'm going to do a quick tricorder scan to see if they can, in fact, breathe fire.
Go for it. This is not going to be a hard task.
I
we
know
know
it
if-
isn't, but I got to roll it.
Difficulty 1. Reason science.
Hey, give us
Yes.
some momentum yet.
Yes, they do in fact breathe fire.
And one momentum, yes.
I'm not kidding. They actually are breathing fire at the door. Hot
Yes.
enough to melt it.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want to spend that momentum, I'll tell you how long he has.
Free question.
Okay. Oh yeah, free question. He's got about 5 minutes before they melt through that door. And if they breathe fire on the red matter, it will ignite immediately.
Oh, good, good. Okay, so the red matter's coming with us in the Jeffries tubes, then.
It's
Absolutely
too big.
not.
It's too big. It's way too big.
Oh.
Remember how big it was in the movie? That's how big it is. They have to be carried. It has to be transported in large amounts to stay stable.
Okay. Oh man, I wish I was there. I had an idea to counteract that.
Oh, shame you're not, right?
I know, right? Oh well.
He goes, just get to the transporter room. I've transferred the power. And he transfers over the instructions. He goes, it's not difficult to do. Link over. I'm trying to access the communications array. I'll have it up for you by the time you get there. Go. And he's got his, you can tell the safety on his repeater pistol is off.
I go for the Jeffrey's tube.
I'll go second.
And realizing finally that something is wrong, and that the door is actually getting really, really hot, I take a moment and then follow after them as well.
So I'm going to have him make a roll to reestablish the communications by the time you guys get there.
Mm-hmm.
And he succeeds at doing it, and you guys gain a momentum.
Everyone gets to breathe a sigh of relief.
Mm-hmm. So you guys get to the transporter room, and it starts lighting up, this old-style transport room. Yeah. And the computers come on.
I immediately move towards a console.
Okay, there's just the one.
I move towards the console.
Okay.
Where's
And-
Sahan?
He on the instructions he gave you, he told you, like, once you're interfaced, the ship's computer can detect me, and then you guys can beam me out afterwards.
So, are we beaming him first then?
Beaming yourselves off first.
Is there any reason we couldn't do everyone at one shot?
Yes, because he's in a little bit deeper in, and because he wants to make sure that you guys get off first.
And because we don't have Scotty. Okay.
Yeah. You don't have Scotty. Scotty's covering your butts.
Okay, so I guess I will do whatever I need to do to establish the lock.
Okay.
Necessary.
All right, so that's easy. It's going to be a control. Any discipline can do this, except for con and medicine.
Okay, I will use security, and I have. So, I guess I get to use that.
But if you use anything that's not engineering, no focuses.
Then I will use engineering. That is fine.
But you probably don't have a focus that's like transporters.
I do have a focus in transporters and replicators.
Oh, well, perfect then.
Score.
Would you like to use the momentum as well?
Yes, I would. Please and thank you.
Okay. So how much would you like to use? You got 5 right now.
I will use just what's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2. Because you're under stress, so it's increased by 1.
You got this.
Yeah,
Yeah, one.
I will just use the 1.
Okay. Roll
Control engineering 3 dice.
With focus.
Focus, yes.
There
it.
it
Yes.
is.
There it is.
One.
+1. Get it back. So you interface, and then you get a comm channel open to the Cassini. And you link up with their transporter system.
So I will do the comm to the captain, and I will tell him that we're coming in hot because turns out things here aren't as smooth as we thought they were, and to just stand by and be ready to run when necessary.
Understood. Graz, turn us around. Get ready.
And I energize. Boop.
Okay, so that was only just episode lock. The Cassini is going to be actually doing the roll on this end for the.
That
was
is
the last
fine.
sound our intrepid adventurers ever heard.
And
Beamed into space.
no, Kashima's handling this. This is actually what he's good at. So, and I'm not going to spend threat on this. So this is going to. I'm spending a momentum though to get an extra die,
Yep.
That's good. Yes, go for
Please.
Please.
and he
Nice.
succeeds. He
Oh,
succeeds.
God.
You guys get, and you beam into the Cassini's transporter room. And so he
It
goes.
turns out phasers were no help over there.
So he goes. Where's Bakata? What's going on?
it.
Lock onto his coordinates, beam
That's
him up.
step 2. Yeah.
He goes. Oh, for fuck's sake! And this is where I'm going to spend a threat to expand the complication range by 1.
May I assist him?
You may not.
Damn it!
And he is actually going to. He's going to be determined on this one. He has every reason to want to, because that's his lover over there.
Save him!
Yes. So, and you guys get two momentum back.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah. So he beams in, and then it takes you a moment to realize it's not just the hen beaming in.
Yep, it's all of the.
No.
It's one of the red matter canisters, and it looks like he was pinned. He was about to be attacked by the Epos, and he was pinned up against it, and it beamed him with him.
So immediately the alarms start going off.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I believe. Hang on one second.
Chief, I need you to make. Actually, you know what? Can we spend 2 momentum here to create an advantage?
You know what? Yes, you can.
I'm going to ask that instead of being transported, that the red matter is stored in the pattern buffer.
You can't do that. You
Nuts.
literally can't do it because you're going to take Sahan in there too,
Okay,
and you don't realize it until it materialized that it came.
Nope, that's fine.
However, Sahan goes, "Oh, back on," and then he looks around and he sees that, and he goes, "Okay, someone get an anti-grav unit. We're going to take this to engineering now."
Also,
Yeah,
if
okay.
if
I mean-
they're in the same room as the red matter, we need to go now.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
gonna like tap my badge and like and say, Bridge, we need to go now.
All right.
Get out of here.
5
As,
minutes ago.
Yeah,
Maximum
so-
I'm
one.
actually going to run to the bridge to take up the science station.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same.
Because
Tactical
one thing that I
safety.
want to do before we warp out, and we may have just enough time for this, is track the warp signature of that ship that left the subspace
Knocked
wake.
them. Yeah, smart.
Okay, so I'm going to say this first off. You can't jump to warp yet. You're too deep in the White Dwarf's gravity well.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have to
we
get out
need
of the
to
gravity
go
well
now.
before we're able to get to warp, which is why he might have enough time to make it to the.
Right. So first, Graz, you need to roll a check because this is an uphill battle. This is going to be an extended task.
Ooh,
Oh, God.
boy.
An extended
Ooh,
task of
extended task.
5.
Oof.
So here it is.
5 on the work track.
5 on the work track. So
That's not
it's
horrible.
That's not too bad.
yeah. So
I
here's
was
how
gonna
it's.
say he needs 5 breakthroughs. What?
So here it is. You will get a breakthrough for every 2 successes you have on these rolls. For this first roll, it is difficulty 1 because you're going against the gravity well. Your focus is apply, and roll it.
Okay.
What's the resistance?
The resistance is going to be 1.
Because it's based on the number of successes.
Right. So it's literally you get 2 successes, you get a breakthrough.
Okay. Well, I am going to be determined and create another value.
Okay.
Well, I think the other value may apply. Just as
Okay. If that's the case, I'm expending all my threat right now to expand your complication range by 3.
Okay. I'm just gonna take 1 momentum, I think, for now.
Okay.
But I've got my determination, so.
Okay.
Where's my character sheet? There we go. So that's 3 with focus.
And
12
then
on.
extend. Hang on. You also have to expend your threat range by 3.
Oh, yeah.
So it's to 4. Because it's going to be 20, 19, 18, and 17 for
Okay,
complications.
rolling. Oof.
Okay. So you do manage to get 1 breakthrough, which gets you out of the immediate danger zone.
Technically 2, because I was determined.
Oh, yes. Technically 2. So you get 2. So that gets you out of the immediate danger zone. Here's how that can. I'm not going to allow you guys to take momentum on this complication because the complication is this is when the red matter detonates.
Great!
So, hang on one second. Oops. I need to adjust something over here. So we're going to go back over to the view screen. And black hole immediately forms. And you guys are about 100 light seconds out from the event horizon. Sorry, not 100. 50 light seconds out from the event horizon.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of gripping the sides of my console, like, this is
I
not a
am-
problem I can shoot.
Yeah.
I'm collecting as many readings as I can on this, because this is only the second time Starfleet's encountered one of these.
Yes, it is.
I
So
also
that's-
would
Glad
have.
someone's having a good time.
It's going to be a reason science roll.
Reason science.
I also would have assisted Sahan in making sure that there was a
Sled.
anti-grav
Yeah.
thing to protect it.
It's literally in the transporter room. It's not that hard. You guys both take one and you're both carrying it to engineering.
Okay, cool.
Okay, what's my roll?
Reason science difficulty is going to be 2 because there's now a bunch of exotic particles forming.
Okay,
Around
is
the
that reduced by the ship's sensors to 1?
No, it's been counteracted by
Okay.
this.
All right, I'm not going to take momentum for this, but actually, yes, I am. I'm going to take 1.
Okay.
Does the
And-
ship assist with this with sensor science?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Kagon's having a...
Science is the way of the warrior.
Mm-hmm. And Kagon's doing better than the Cassini. Like,
Cassini's got other things to focus on right now.
Yep.
Would have the Cassini assisted with my task?
yes, in this next one. The
Okay.
first one was going to be... wasn't going to be that difficult. I wasn't going to allow it. This one, yes.
All of the readings.
Mhm. So now you're at difficulty 4 because you're dealing with a black hole's gravity well.
If I might, can I assist with this roll based on the gravimetric readings I'm collecting from the singularity?
Absolutely.
And what is the Cassini rolling? Engines.
Engines.
Con?
You know what? This time it's going to be structures con because it needs to hold together.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this: if the ship doesn't fails its roll, it's going to be -1 from Graz's
Okay.
because it means the ship's structural integrity field is buckling.
Okay.
Alright, so I am going to be using a momentum.
Okay.
It's the complication range is back down to 1. 3 dice, 2 assists. Alright, let's do this.
What am I rolling to assist control science?
Yes, control science for you.
Okay, 1 die.
All right. And then,
Yes.
okay, I'm going to say this counts as a breakthrough. So you managed to pull just a little bit further from the black hole. You're not being sucked in, and the ship is holding together. You're not quite at the point that you can engage a warp drive, but the singularity is expanding because it's had more time to grow, and it's now absorbing the matter of the star. So down in
Singularity's radius is at 2.5, 3 kilometers.
Meanwhile, down in engineering, you guys have dragged the red matter in there,
Mm-hmm.
and you start feeling the ship starting to stress under it.
Oh god.
I need you guys. So the next roll that's going to happen, you have to expend 2 power if you succeed.
Okay.
And if you succeed, you still will not be able to go to warp, and it's difficulty 4.
Oh god.
Would I have been briefed to this point that we have red matter on board?
Oh yeah, no, as soon as we got on I would have briefed you.
Okay.
He's just kind of going, "Oh God, this is
Can
not
I-
a good day."
Can I suggest we throw that red matter out the hangar?
I would suggest beeping it off already, yeah. No, let's get out of it.
So
Get rid of it.
Zahan has an idea with it. So you guys haven't had a chance. You're trying to get away right now. And if that thing gets thrown out the hangar, it's going to fall into the black hole and make it bigger.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we rolling for this?
Control con for Graz, and then you're going to actually do 2 rolls. You're going to have a engines con roll and a structure
Mhm.
engineering roll for the ship. 2 different rolls.
Okay.
All right.
Failure on
Ariel assist with any of these?
Ariel is going to assist on this one because, she's in danger. I will be rolling for her. And here's the deal with this. Same thing again. If the ship loses any of these rolls, it's -1 to the overall all pools gain.
Right. So, sorry, you said it was engines what?
Engines, con, and then structure engineering.
Okay.
I'm using another momentum.
Okay?
Can I assist on this roll as well? Same as
You
before?
may. You may.
And you said that this will take 2 power.
Yes.
Okay. So this is engines con
That's not the
or
right
not?
button.
The wrong button. Button above it.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oops. Okay. And
That's-
then structure engineering.
This is where I wish we could give the ship momentum, but it made
Yeah.
it. That's good.
Okay, so now we're down to 9 power.
Yeah, we're down to 9 power. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. So max out on your momentum, and I'm gonna say at this moment, I'm not gonna give you the full success, not yet, because I got one more narrative thing. Because the way I'm gonna interpret that momentum is the hen's gonna use it to create an advantage,
Okay.
and he's gonna create an advantage because he knows red matter. He studied it. He had to as part of the Romulan Republic. He also knows how to harness the energy from it harmlessly. And so he's going to jury rig a red matter capacitor out of it to boost
Oh.
your engines.
Jesus. Okay.
Right. So I have to roll for that.
It's a battery made of red matter. What could go wrong?
Can I assist
It's a
him because
pre-order
I'm an
bonus.
engineer?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one thing in Star Trek Online I wish I had, the red matter capacitor.
Yeah, it's a good little toy.
Am I allowed to assist him?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
It's gonna be an engineering control.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm good at that, surprisingly. I hit things and I do the science.
hmm And Sahen is also gonna use creative value. My crew is my family.
Aw.
Oh no, wait, no, not that one. Progress cannot be stopped.
Ooh.
That's not ominous.
Yeah. So he
Oh,
still
God.
gets a success, automatic success.
Okay. What was the difficulty for this, by the way?
3. You guys
So,
hit it. You guys hit it.
Okay. Oh, let me roll.
Yeah,
Sorry.
roll your assist.
You got it.
Now
You
we
got
did
it.
Oh. Oof.
All right. So restore all the power to the ship,
Okay.
and the ship immediately goes as you zoom out of it, and you're able to jump to warp.
Nice.
Captain, we're clear of the gravity well.
Not a moment too soon.
Engage. I'd like to get out of here.
It's you do it. You just do
yeah,
it.
no, you engaged.
Okay.
You engaged. You didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not making you roll for that.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to see if we gain back the power from
No,
jumping
no.
to warp?
No, because the red matter capacitor overcharged the core.
Okay.
So you are at warp at full power.
Allow me to commend Centurion Sahin for his efforts. Commander Kagon, were you able to get those readings?
Was I able to get the readings of the for
Yes.
the? Okay. Yes, Captain. Forwarding it to your control terminal now.
Okay.
I
So-
leave Sahen and head to the bridge.
Okay, someone make a better version of this, please.
So someone wants to tell me why in the world there was red matter aboard?
So you guys detail
Someone
everything.
wanna tell me why there were like all sorts of things that could kill us on that ship?
It seems to be
Yeah.
a curse of the Crossfield class.
Something like that. And so
That'll be the episode title, The Curse of the Crossfield.
no,
Curse
it's
in the
actually
Crossfield.
the actual episode title is Past Sin. So,
Nice.
but so you relay everything that happened over there.
Rosins, red matter, these weird little bug things that eat people's faces.
By the way, what happened to the tribble when we beamed aboard?
It's
Still on my leg.
Actually, it's on your shoulder now, and it's just it's cooing actually now.
Oh my god, he's the worst Klingon ever.
I just kind of thoughtfully look
Hey,
at it.
a danger shared is a.
My antenna kind of lean forward, and I go, "Yeah, not even the tribbles are scared of you."
Shouldn't we make sure that thing won't?
Yeah, let's fix that.
Yeah.
That's an easy surgery we can say happened off screen.
Okay.
Get it?
Ship mascot, the tribble.
Yeah. So, Captain Harrison, would you please roll an insight command roll?
Oh boy, here we go.
Can I assist with this?
You don't need to.
Okay.
Difficulty is 1.
You say that now.
I'm saying this is after action stuff.
I got it.
Okay. So the only thing here's the thing there should not have been Frostons on that ship. Period.
Yep.
There were absolutely, they don't work as part of this. They were not allowed into, so part of those sanctions that have only recently been lifted was that they were very restricted in what they could do economically and what careers they could pursue and where they could go. Literally, they would not have been allowed onto any ship in civilian service outside of their territory.
But those Epos were allowed on that ship. Go figure.
Who knew, right?
We
Given
should,
the choice,
we
I'd
should
rather
inform.
face a Farazan.
Yeah.
We should inform Captain Fang.
Captain, would you like to inform Captain Fang?
I'm gonna question Fang about this, but not this time. Well, actually, no. Fang wouldn't know.
You don't know. Maybe you should talk with them, and I'm going to say this is the last scene of the episode. So,
No.
no,
No, we're playing this one close to the vest.
Playing this one close to the vest.
Especially with red matter involved.
You don't have to tell her about the red matter.
Yeah.
Just ask her why there would be Farasans on that ship.
No, the GM clearly wants me to do this, and I'm not going to.
Okay, then. Well, this.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll ask her about it.
Okay. So you come up to her quarters. How are you walking?
Actually, I'm calling her to the bridge. So we can.
Oh, you're calling her to the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. So she comes up to the bridge, and she's like, "Captain, what the hell just happened? There was a star, then there's a black hole, and then we're at warp. What the hell happened?"
Typical day in Starfleet. But what we did find out is questions upward.
Uh-oh.
Adcon, you
Broke
have.
up.
Oh, yeah, that's passed. Okay. Oh, sorry. What we did find, however, was a Crossfield class vessel, as well as what were they called again? Those little
Epos?
creatures.
Epos.
Epos. Yeah.
She looks at you and goes, Epos and Farasans on a Crossfield class.
Well, eventually it was just Epos.
It was Shiv of Horrors.
She goes, Captain, I need to speak with you in your ready room privately.
Understood. Let's go.
All right, so you guys go into your ready room.
Catheris, you have the con.
Yes, Captain.
And so you guys walk in there, and she goes, and she actually locks the door behind both of you as you walk in. She goes, Captain, what I'm about to tell you is a shame of our people. You have to understand the genetic engineering program that we've used on ourselves has not, among at least one certain clan, not been confined to ourselves. They were exiled for their actions. They are hated by everyone. They ruled us for a long time. Would you be surprisingly, that at one point they were the ruling clan? Or that the Cations are descended from their former leader? These people are not to be trusted. They've done this once before. It didn't end well.
I think you'll find that anyone with a knowledge of human history doesn't have much trust with augments.
She kind of smiles as she goes, I can concur with that sensation. There's a reason why we don't practice it anymore. We used to. We still maintain trying to regulate controls over what was augmented, but there was a time when our population was coerced into it. And at the time, we thought it was a way to enhance our strength. And then things spiraled out of control. It became all about power struggles. And then this clan, their first contact with the Federation didn't end well. We started 7 consecutive wars with the Federation in the early 23rd century. We got beaten back so hard. And by the end of it, we were left a shattered shell of a people. And we overthrew them because they're idiots, obsessed with nothing more than their basic instincts. If this is this clan, I need to talk with my patriarch, my brother. We have a serious situation on our hands.
Speak to them immediately, or can I wait till I reach for?
I'm going to have a private communication in my quarters. You can understand that there might be sensitive security concerns on our end for this, but I would expect a full briefing when we arrive at Farasa.
I understand. And is there anything that this ship needs to know immediately? I would.
My advice: bring bullets. And she walks out.
What's a bullet?